12 years ago, my wife inspired me to create a vision board. You know how it was back then. The secret was everywhere. Vision boards were the thing, and everyone was trying to manifest their dreams by cutting out pictures from magazines. So there I was, searching Google Images, looking for things that represented my goals, my dreams, my future self. And then I found one image with Buddha, with half-closed eyes, in the background. An image with words that said, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom." I'm going to be completely honest with you. I didn't choose it because I understood it. I chose it because it looked beautiful to me. The typography was elegant. The words sounded poetic, wise, like something a person on a journey of self-discovery would have on their vision board. So I printed it out. I pasted it on my board. I kept that vision board up for a while. Eventually, like most things, it came down. Life moved on. But those words, they stayed. Not in my conscious mind, really. I didn't wake up every morning thinking about self-knowledge. I wasn't on some intentional quest to know myself. But life had other plans. Over the next 12 years, something strange started happening. Life began creating situations, circumstances I didn't ask for, people I didn't expect to meet, places that broke me open in ways I couldn't have imagined, jobs that revealed my deepest insecurities, friendships that showed me patterns I'd been running my whole life, losses that stripped away who I thought I was, moments of unexpected joy that revealed desires I didn't know I had. Each time, I learned something about myself I hadn't known before. Not through meditation, not through journaling prompts or self-help books, though those had their place, but through collision with reality, through being pushed beyond my comfort zone and discovering what I'm actually made of, through failing and seeing the exact shape of my limitations, through loving and learning the specific ways my heart opens and closes. And somewhere along the way, I started to wonder, did I choose that image? Or did it choose me? Because here's what's strange. I thought I was making a vision board about my future, about what I wanted to become, what I wanted to achieve. But that image wasn't about the future at all. It was about now, about the journey I was already on, whether I knew it or not. It was almost like some part of me already knew, some deeper part that exists beneath my conscious thoughts and plans and goals, some part of me that put that image front and center because it knew, this is what you're really here for. So I have to ask you, have you ever had that happen? Where something enters your life seemingly by chance, and only years later do you realize it was carrying a message you weren't ready to receive yet? Where life keeps circling back to the same lesson, the same theme, the same truth, creating situation after situation that forces you to see yourself more clearly. Because if you have, then you've felt what I'm talking about. This sense that there's an intelligence at work, something organizing your experience not randomly but purposefully. And when I started looking into this, when I started asking, why does this keep happening? I discovered something that gave me chills. I'm not alone in this. This isn't just my story. In ancient Greece, at the Temple of Delphi, one of the most sacred places in the ancient world, There were words inscribed above the entrance. Know thyself. Not worship the gods. Not seek power or pursue pleasure. Know thyself. That was considered the foundation of all wisdom. The Persian philosopher Avicenna wrote, "He who knows himself knows his Lord." Another version of this teaching says, "Know thyself, O man, and thou wilt know thy Lord." In Hinduism, the ultimate realization is recognizing that Atman, your true self, is Brahman, the ultimate reality. In Buddhism, self-inquiry is the path to awakening. In Sufism, the journey inward is the journey toward the divine. Different languages, different cultures, different centuries, but the same truth, echoing across all of human history. Know yourself. But why? Why this obsession with self-knowledge? Why is this the thing that appears everywhere in every tradition across all time? Here's what I've come to understand. You cannot see reality clearly while you are a mystery to yourself. Think about it. Every perception you have passes through the filter of you, your past experiences, your wounds, your fears, your desires, your unconscious patterns. If you don't know what those filters are, you're not seeing reality. You're seeing reality distorted through the lens of your unexamined self. You think you're responding to what's happening, but you're actually responding to old stories you don't even know you're carrying. You think you're making choices, but you're running programs installed decades ago. You think you're seeing other people clearly, but you're projecting your own shadows onto them. Self-knowledge isn't selfish. It's not narcissistic. It's the opposite. It's saying, I need to understand my own distortions so I can see beyond myself more clearly. It's the foundation, the prerequisite, the gateway. Know yourself, know truth. Know yourself. Know God. Know yourself. Know reality as it actually is. And here's where it gets really deep for me. I believe, and maybe you'll feel this too, that before you came into this human form, before you took on this body and this personality and this particular set of circumstances, your soul already knew. It knew that being human would be confusing, that you'd get lost in the roles you play, the identities you adopt, the stories you tell about who you are. It knew you'd forget. So it built into your very existence this longing, this magnetic pull toward self-discovery, not as punishment, not as some cosmic test, but as the whole point. Because your soul doesn't want you to sleepwalk through this life wearing masks you don't even know you have on. It wants you to wake up, to recognize yourself, to meet yourself fully, the light and the shadow, the strength and the vulnerability, the transcendent and the human. Every situation that reveals you to yourself, that's your soul's curriculum. Every person who triggers you and shows you your patterns, that's your soul's mirror. Every moment of unexpected clarity where you suddenly see yourself more truthfully, that's your soul breaking through. Your soul is relentless in its desire for you to know yourself, not because there's something wrong with you that needs fixing, but because there's something true about you that needs recognizing. And here's the beautiful paradox. The more deeply you know yourself, really know yourself beyond the surface personality, the more you realize you're not separate at all. You're not this isolated individual trying to figure yourself out in isolation. You're an expression of something infinite, wearing a temporary form. The you discover when you go deep enough isn't just you. It's the same essence that animates all life. Know thyself, and thou wilt know thy Lord. Not because God is somewhere out there, separate from you, but because the divine is the very ground of your being. The one who seeks and the one being sought are not two. So where am I now, 12 years later? Do I fully know myself? No. God, no. But I know myself more deeply than I did. I see my patterns more clearly. I recognize when I'm reacting from old wounds instead of responding from presence. And the journey continues. Life is still creating situations, still placing mirrors in front of me, still revealing me to myself layer by layer. And I've stopped resisting it. Because I finally understand what that image was trying to tell me all those years ago, when I pasted it on my vision board without really knowing why. This is the journey, not the job titles or the achievements or the external markers of success. This gradual, humbling, beautiful process of becoming intimate with your own soul. Maybe you have an image like that in your life, a phrase that stayed with you, a moment that keeps echoing, a question that won't leave you alone. Pay attention to it. It might not be random. It might be your soul whispering, "This way, come this way." There's something here you need to see. Someone here you need to meet. Yourself.